Let's start practicing energy Bagua aerobics. Begin with warm-up exercises. Feet shoulder width apart. Prepare for side stretch. Stretch your left hand up.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Switch.
2、2、3、4。
Prepare for chest expansion. To the left.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。2、2、3、4。
Prepare for high knees. Right leg first.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
Kick back.
2、2、3、4、5、6、7。
Put your right leg back for lunges.
5、6、7、8。
Bring your hind leg a half step forward. Sit back and raise your toes.
5、6、7、8。
Switch.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Sit back.
3、4、5。
Prepare to rotate wrists and ankles. Rotate your left side first.
3、4、5、6、7、8。
Switch.
2、2、3、4、5。
Prepare to settle chi. Repeat 3 times. First time. Legs are slightly bent. Second time. Settle chi in your lower abdomen. Repeat a third time.
5、6、7、8。
Get ready for the first set of movements. Do punch and kick. Bring back your right leg and punch with your right hand.
1、2、3、4。
Use force from your back when punching. The back drives the arms to exert force.
5、6。
Prepare to switch. Switch. Left punch, right punch, kick. Exert force from your back.
7、8。
Harder.
2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Prepare for archery exercise.
5、6、7、8。
Bring back your right leg.
3、
Turn left.
5、6、
Bring back.
8。
Do the archery stance.
3、
Turn right.
5、6、
Bring back.
8。
Use force from both arms.
3、
Turn your waist.
5、6、7、8。4、2、3。
Turn. Keep your core stable.
7、8。 5、2、3。
Turn left.
5、6、7、8。
Last 3 times.
3、
Turn right.
5、6、7、8。
Pull back with force.
3、
Turn your waist.
5、6、7、8。 8、2、3。
Turn.
5、6、7、8。
Prepare for knee strikes.
做撞膝。
Right knee first.
1、2、3、4。
Hands and knee exert force simultaneously.
7、8。
Engage abdominal power.
3、4、5、6。
Prepare to switch. Switch.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
4 more.
3、4、5、6、7、 8、
Prepare for move the mountain.
5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、
To the right.
6、7、8、
Push your palms.
3、
Right leg forward.
好，6、7、8、
Move the mountain.
3、4、
To the left.
6、7、8、
Push your palms.
3、
Left leg forward.
好，6、7、8、
Use hang ha to guide the chi.
3、4、
To the right.
6、7、8、
Open up your body's meridians.
3、
Right leg forward.
好，6、7、8、
Keep upper body straight when pushing out. To the left.
6、7、8、
Use abdominal power to push palms.
3、
Left leg forward.
好，6、7、8、
Get ready for the second set of movements. Do punch and kick. Bring back your right leg and punch with right hand.
1、2、3、4、
Use force from your back when punching. Harder.
2、2、3、4、5、6、
Prepare to switch. Switch. Left punch. Right punch. Kick. Exert force from your back.
2、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
Prepare for archery exercise.
5、6、7、8、
Right leg step back.
3、
Turn left.
5、6、
Back.
8、
Archery stance.
3、
Turn right.
5、6、
Back.
8、
Use force from both arms.
3、
Turn your waist.
5、6、7、8、
Pull back with force.
3、
Turn. Keep your core stable.
7、8、
Open up your chest and meridians.
3、
Turn left.
5、6、7、8、
Last 3 times.
3、
Turn right.
5、6、7、8、
Harder.
3、
Turn your waist.
5、6、7、8、 8、2、3、
Turn.
5、6、7、8、
Prepare for knee strikes. Right knee first.
1、2、3、4、
Hands and knee exert force simultaneously.
7、8、
Engage abdominal power.
3、4、5、
Prepare to switch. Switch.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、
4 more.
3、4、5、6、7、8、
Prepare for move the mountain.
5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、
To the right.
6、7、8、
Push your palms.
3、
Right leg forward.
好，6、7、8、
Move the mountain.
3、4、
To the left.
6、7、8、
Push your palms.
3、
Left leg forward.
好，6、7、8、
Use hang ha to exert chi.
3、4、
To the right.
6、7、8、
Open up your body's meridians.
3、
Right leg forward.
好，6、7、8、
Keep upper body straight when pushing out. To the left.
6、7、8、
Use abdominal power to push out.
3、
Left leg forward.
好，6、7、8。
Well done, everyone. Get ready for relaxation. Take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Third time. Breathe out. Move arms back in circular motions. Right hand first.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、
Move to the front.
2、3、4、5、6、7、
Arm stretches. Right hand first. Stretch your shoulder.
5、6、7、8、
Switch.
2、3、4、5、6。
Put right hand on left shoulder and look back. Relax lower back.
5、6、7、8。
Switch. Look back as much as possible.
5、6、7。
Put your right leg back for lunges. Try to keep your hind leg straight.
5、6、7、8。
Switch.
2、3、4。
Prepare to shake your hands and feet.
1、2、3、4、5、6。
Take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Today's Energy Bagua aerobics has been completed. I wish you all health and happiness. Till next time.
恭喜你完成了今天的练习。
Master JinBodhi's Golden Words. The best time to plan the year is spring. The best time to plan the day is dawn. If we recite Master JinBodhi's Golden Words every morning, we'll be full of energy, confidence, creativity, vitality, and infinite charisma for the entire day. Everything will be transformed. Please recite them aloud. I am most compassionate. I am most confident. I am most tolerant. I am most courageous. I am most trustworthy. I am most punctual. I can do anything. I am full of wisdom. I am most knowledgeable. I love to read. I love to observe. I love to listen. I love to think. I take decisive action. I am a gem of the universe. I am most charming. I am most talented. I sing most beautifully. I like challenges. I am most accountable. I will fulfill my life purpose. In heaven and on earth, I am supreme. In heaven and on earth, I am supreme. In heaven and on earth, I am supreme. Please sit down slowly.
请大家
Relax
调整
your
好
body and
自己
mind.
的身心状态，把身心
Remain
都
calm
处
and
在
relaxed.
安定、放松、清静的状态中，认真
Listen
的
carefully.
聆听。
About Fate Series 5, Be kind for a good fate. Hello,
各位朋
everyone.
友，大家好。
Hello, Master. We meet
今天我
again
们又
today.
见面了，
Let's continue our discussion about
讨论
fate.
学习关于命运。
I'm
我
not
讲的
saying
道
that
理
you
呢，
must adhere
我
to
不
what
希
I
望是
say,
说我讲了一个道理，说你要遵从，
and
你
that
遵
by
从之后
adhering
你
you'll
得
get
到好
certain rewards.
嗯，
No,
不
we
是一
don't
个
believe
盲目
everything we
传
hear
说一个
blindly.
很那个原始的信仰。
Feel
我
free
讲
to
的道理
analyze what you hear from me.
大家可以用来去进行推理，去分析，
You'll
这
be
样我
able
们
to
自己就
control
能
your
够
fate.
把握我们的命运啊，
By
能够掌
controlling the
握
turning
当
points
中
in
的
your
那些
fate.
重要的点，关键的点啊，这
When
个
you're
把
able to
把这个
control
关
the
键的
key
点抓住
points of
之
your
后，
fate, your
可
life
能
will be
人
brilliant.
生就更精彩。
If we were to think
如果我们
critically
用我
about
们
improving
的
our fate,
这个大脑，用我们自己的判断和智慧来决定，让自己有一个很好的人生命运的话，
we'd
现
need to
在
make
总
a
结的就
choice
是
between kindness and
先
evil.
选择做善人还是恶人，
Simply
或者说
put,
是
who
做
do you
好
want to
人
be?
还是
A
坏人，
good guy or a bad guy?
先做这
Pick
样的
a
一个抉择。
side. Your
我们
choice
做
will
了这个
determine
善恶
what
的选
happens
择
in
的
your
时候，
life.
这个才开始决定着我们对每一件重要的事情，
Your
包括在
decision will
家里的
affect
责备，
people around you, say, your family and
包括
colleagues.
我在工作中和同事的接触，
If
是
you
因
chose
为我选
kindness,
择
you
的
wouldn't lie,
这个
cheat, or
善良，
cause harm.
所以我的行为就不是恶的，不是伤害的，不是欺骗的，不是负面的。
It's a
哎，
big
这个大家要
decision,
好
so
好想
think
一
it
想。
through. This is
我
what
个
I
人的
think
总
about
结，
fate. Our
这个
fate
命
is
运，
controlled by an unseen greater force.
又好像有某种主宰，对我们产生主宰的力量。 我
We'll be
感觉就是
tested
说，
once every 3 years or 2 years,
经常
based
的，
on what we do.
或者2、3年一次，或者是说你做的事情多，就是1、2年一次，就有备考试。 是
By
谁
who?
考你
I
呢？
don't know.
不知道，就是我
Nobody
们不知
knows
道
who will
考官是
test you.
谁，老师是谁。可
You're
是
being tested whenever
我提
something
到的备
happens
考试这个感觉呢，
that
就是对
requires
很
you to
多
make
事物进行抉
decisions.
择，
Whenever
尤其
good or
是
bad things happen,
当
your decisions
明显的
matter.
好事和坏事发生的时候，进行抉择的时候，是至关重要的。
Life
没人告诉
decisions
你，
are unlike school
现在要
exams.
考试
You
了，
won't have time
没
to
有这么一个
prepare.
指令给你。但是呢，备考试的这种几率，事实上说，如果事情稍稍重要一点，就是
Children are
每一个人，
exempted because they aren't
除了
mature
儿
enough to
童之外啊，
decide.
儿童他没有那么多的自我主观意识，
After becoming a teen, you'll have lots of decisions to make, big and small.
我们每年如果把有一些小的事情也加进去，
Everyone will be tested now and then almost every year. How will you be tested?
考试的要害点主要是考什么呢？
Your morality, compassion, contributions, generosity, selfishness, etc.
考奉献，考付出，考你的私心，主要就是这样。
How you react will show what you've chosen, kindness or evil. You don't need examples for this. Regardless of who you are or what you do, you'll be tested every year.
每个人每年都备考。
Those who handle their tests well and get high scores
容易跨过去，得到高分数的人，
are those who are loving, giving and tolerant.
叫做奉献、博爱、宽容。
Having these qualities is as important as your life.
和我们的生命同样的重要。
Don't forget gratitude, filial piety and moderation too.
就是有一个感恩心。孝顺。
In short, what's tested is your morality. I've been all positive so far, without mentioning the negative stuff, such as telling lies, humiliating, hurting others, etc.
我只是提正面的词。
In short, your morality will be tested. Some might say,
那是你笨。
I don't care about morality. I only care about my own benefits.
是我的利益。就是我是指自我利益。
Why should I care about others' benefits?
我为什么在乎别人的利益呢？
People usually think this way. This part about generosity is exactly the part you'll be tested on. I've told a story several times.
其实讲了2、3次的一个故事。
It's about a kind hotel receptionist in New York, a young man. It was a snowy night and he helped an old couple by offering his room.
将自己的那个员工宿舍让给老夫妻去住。
In the end, the old couple offered him a managerial job at their hotel.
非常就是一个旅馆业的一个传奇的故事。
This is a true story. His fate was totally transformed by his small act of kindness. What are the chances of being made a general manager of a hotel? When you have more than 100 colleagues competing with you, it'll take a long time. You have a long way to go to become a general manager. It takes a lot of efforts. That's the story of the famous Waldorf Astoria Hotel. That's an example of how one act of kindness skyrockets one's life.
结果这个人就腾飞似的，像坐电梯，直接上到顶楼了。
That receptionist was made a general manager. The old couple was impressed by his kindness, not his managerial skills. I won't generalize about people in the hospitality community. But how many can give up their bed for a stranger if it's not part of their job?
老板没有交代说把我自己的宿舍给人住呀。
The best they could offer is a smile.
我也没有骂你，对不对？
Why should they be kind to the guests? It's not like they get tipped, anyway. The luggage carriers show extreme enthusiasm because they want to be tipped.
他总抢着拉你的行李。
I understand that life is hard, their tips get their family fed. Short-sightedness is thinking, tipping ensures great service.
现在给我个小费，我凭什么给你做这么多服务？
The kind receptionist was different.
就不一样。
He thought he should take care of the old couple. That's how he got his good return. His act of kindness made him rich and auspicious.
他就成为了一个幸运儿，成为一个吉祥的人，也同时成为了一个富贵的人。
We're tested all the time and many fail their tests.
哎，我们一般俗人呢，很多是考不及格的。
Do they consider themselves to be good people? Yes, definitely.
对，
They can be good but also selfish.
心就可能重了哈，这个很麻烦。
Whatever you chose, kindness or evil, will affect your fate.
啊，这个会对命运确实产生一些影响。
That's basically how you're going to be tested.
时常被考试，也大约都是这样。哎，大约是这样。
When good things happen to you,
就是尤其是像利益发生了
when you feel angry and
愤怒
pained,
起来了啊，痛苦打击来了。
and when you have a chance to take advantage of something. These are times you're tested.
我可以理解为老天正在考你。
How do you choose between kindness and evil?
就是好心与不好心的抉择。你看你去倾向哪一面？
If you chose to be unselfish, compassionate, generous, giving,
啊，不争夺的，是宽容的，哎，或者布施的。
you'll be blessed. I'll use money as an example, it's easier to understand. When your decision isn't good and you score less, you'll be rewarded with less money. If you score well, the result could be $1 million. If you score lower, maybe $300,000 to $500,000, you can also earn as little as $1,000 to $2,000. That's how it is. How much you're rewarded is based on how kind you can be. Does that mean if you're kind, you'll be super rich, and if you're less kind, you're going to die? Nope, not like that. The kinder you are, the more reward you'll get. And the more luck you'll be blessed with. We've gone through what is good and what is bad. I guess you have no problem differentiating. When you're tested, your decisions will affect your wealth, longevity. How many children, grandchildren you'll have, how good they'll be, etc. You'll experience many tests that will affect your future, whether you're healthy and happy, whether your family is auspicious. As a boss, whether you can get along with your workers. The extent depends on how much auspiciousness you receive in your test. Some will say they don't care, for everybody dies anyway. Sure, but nobody wants to suffer while they're alive. Your fate depends on your scores. Life is full of tests. You can choose kindness or evil. Be generous, giving and compassionate to obtain higher scores. I also want to remind you, I've seen people who are greedy, ungrateful and acerbic. They think it's no big deal. All they do is complain about their life. The Chinese have a famous story, Bull and the Swift Horse.
与伯乐的故事，是吧？
Once upon a time, there was a horse with lightning speed and unlimited stamina.
它的这种马的这种类型哈，它是特别能奔跑的。
This horse realized its extraordinary ability.
自己是能奔跑的。
Its owner made it do all the tiring and dirty work.
又累又脏，又痛苦的这个工作呢。
The horse didn't like it and complained, but to no avail.
甘心。每天有抱怨，但是也没结果。
More work always awaited, no work, no food.
会饿死。
Its owner would sometimes starve and whip it.
甚至是挨打，用鞭子抽。
Farmers usually have whips for horses.
有个马鞭的，马鞭就是打马的。
If it didn't perform as it was told, its owner would whip it. It was a living thing, so it felt pain. To avoid being whipped, it would fulfill its owner's demands. One day, the swift horse met Bull, an old man with a long, white beard.
遇到一个白胡子老头啊。
In Chinese folklore, that's usually a somebody. This is a decent horse. How old is it?
这个马不错呀，就问马主人：“你这个马这几岁了？”
7, the owner said. Bull then checked out its teeth and hoofs. Good horse. Are you selling?
你卖不卖？
The owner asked, Are you buying?
你什么意思啊？你想买这个马吗？
I'll buy it with 50 silver pieces.
50两银子。
Deal.
成交，都不用还价。
So Bull got his horse. He knew the swift horse could run tirelessly. If he sold the horse to rich people, or as a war horse, he could profit a lot, say, 500 gold pieces. How much did he spend to buy it? 50 pieces of silver. The horse was overjoyed that its speed was finally put to good use. The swift horse knelt before Bull to thank him. Good Lord, you have saved me. You saw my merits. You sent me where I can use my talent. Look at my saddle, it's so beautiful, with diamonds embedded in it. I'm going to impress everyone. The swift horse couldn't thank Bull enough. Taking his leave, Bull asked the swift horse to do its best and serve its new owner wholeheartedly. He went back a year later to check on the swift horse. Well, Bull offered good follow-up service. He wanted to know if his customer had any feedback. The new owner didn't seem to have issues with his new horse. But he was not fully satisfied with it either. What's the problem? Go talk to it. You speak its language. So Bull found the swift horse. It appeared that it was frustrated. I look stupid running for a few bucks. A stable owner was going to pay 800 gold pieces for me. Making me the highest paid horse of the stable. This job sucks, I'm quitting. So Bull talked to the owner about the swift horse's frustration. Its owner then increased its pay. And also threw in a few bonus and benefit packages. The horse was quite delighted. Not bad, I'll stay for another year then. Bull came back after another year. I'm quitting this time for sure, the horse said. Apparently, it was envious toward an older horse. He's older, weaker and slower than me, how come he's the leader of the pack?
哎，他成为我们这里头成了马班长，
Why?
凭什么呀？
His ability, appearance, conduct and speech are not as good as
论为
mine.
人不如我，论能说会道不如我，啊，对吧？
I was a slave before. He didn't bear the bitterness of life.
哎，对不对？什么都不如我，凭
Why
什
is
么
he
让
my
他来管
leader?
我？
Why
而
is
且
he
待遇
paid
还
more
比我
than me?
高，
His
他那个
saddle
马
is
还
more
是套
beautiful
房
and
比
expensive
我
than
就贵
mine.
多了，啊。
Furthermore, he's got a
还找了个
beautiful
漂
mare
亮
as
母
his
马做
partner.
老婆，哎，
I'm
为
sad
这个事
about
情我
this.
特别伤心。
I'm
我正
going to
想
write
给
a
你写
letter
信
to
找你，
tell
你
you
不
I'm
干。
quitting. I
啊，
need
我
to
得给你
change
写一
my
个地址，
job and find another owner.
哎，
The
你也可以托
headhunters are
公司也可以请
contacting
我
me
去，
and
今年
offering
又
me
涨
good
价了，
paying jobs.
啊，每年
1,000
1000两黄
gold
金，
pieces per year.
哎，
I'm quitting.
辞职不干了。
Again,
伯
Bull
乐
went back
现
to
伯
the
乐不是
horse's
主人
owner
啊，
to talk
是
about
卖
its
出去的马
frustration.
呀，所以只能赶快去找这个马主人。
The
这马主
owner
人
was
是
a
个大将军，
general
哎，
who
大
knew
将军驯
nothing
马
about
倒没
keeping
有什
horses
么
happy,
特别技巧，
but
但
he
是
liked
他爱吃
horses
马
as a
肉。
dish.
那
It's my
听这
horse
个
and my money,
伯乐
I
一
do
说，说
whatever
可
I
以，
want.
反正马是我的，
I
把
have
它
no
宰了，
time for an ungrateful
老子有
horse,
的是
so
钱
let's
呢。
eat it tonight.
皇帝对我特别好，是吧？就是遇上这么一个调皮捣蛋、不知足的马，杀了他，
The
这个马
horse
给
became bun
马
filling that
上就
night.
变成了包子。
The
他的错
horse
就
had
错在
only
旁边
one
还有
fault,
马，
comparing itself with
有了对
others.
比，就有了伤害。
It
他通过
became
和别的马
unhappy
对比
after
之后，
knowing
他
what
自
the
己的
other
心
horses
受伤
had.
了，哎，
That
就
led
开
to
始要
sulking,
条件呐，
complaining and
是
quitting.
吧？耍赖呀，
Lastly, it led
调
to its
皮呀，是
demise.
吧？辞职啊，哎，这些东西就发生了。
When
啊，
it
在
first
找
found a
工作的时
proper
候，最初
job,
找
it could
到一个
kneel
牵
to
马工
express
作的
its
时候，
gratitude.
就觉得就快给老板都跪下来了，啊，真是感恩戴德。那
People
干了一段
become
时间
greedy
之
and
后，
ungrateful after
哎，
working a
我
while.
们的心的这个贪欲心，随着时间就升起了。可是感恩心随着时间就磨灭了。
The
这是个
swing to
阴阳道。
ungrateful and
你
greedy
看，
sounds
感恩
CiBeiYin
心没有
yang.
了，可是贪欲心又起来了。
When
就
the
贪到极
horse's
点了之
greed
后呢，
peaked,
这
it
个马
became bun
就变成了
filling.
马肉，就变成了包子馅儿。哎，
We
对，这
always
个
want
世
a
界
good
上这个事
ending,
情
but
啊，
it's
真
not
是
always the case.
听得说我们都希望有个好的结果，但
Many
是你看
people
多
are
少
envious
人
of the rich,
因为富贵像这个马一样哈，哎，令大家羡慕。
but
羡
they
慕过
don't
程之中，他
realize
自己不知道
their
自
own
己
lives are the
活在
happy
一
and
个
peaceful ones
受
that
人
many
尊
dream
重的
of.
啊，受人叫做羡慕的啊那样一种幸福啊、富贵啊、平安、快乐的生活环境里，
They're
而
not
不知
content
足，
and want more.
要条件啊，要是你要对我更好。所以很
People
多
start
人
complaining
富贵
when
了，
they're actually
富贵了之
living a
后呢，
good life.
抱怨，哎，
I
这
met
个
a woman
一个
married
普
to a
通
capable
女
man.
人啊，很幸运嫁给一个能干的丈夫，哎，
She
在
was
家里生几个
babysitting
孩
a
子，
few
带个孩子
children
呢，
and
天天
complained
抱
a
怨
lot.
啊。
She
你看
often
看人家
complained that her
爱
husband
情
didn't
专家
spend
怎么
enough
说？你一
time
天
with
陪我
her,
多少小时？啊，
and
你
that he
过生
didn't
日时候
send
也没
her a
个卡
birthday
片，
card,
没
a
个爱情卡
Valentine's
片。
card, or
情人
gifts.
节都过了好几天了，哎，也没给我送个礼物，啊。
She
你看
also
某某品
complained
牌
that he
的
didn't buy
新
her
款
the
的包包
newest
出来
style
了
of
之后，也
handbag.
没给我们买，
She
啊，这
got
是种
used
种
to
的抱怨，
complaining.
抱怨积累。
She
但是
thought
抱怨的
complaining
这个人
nonstop was
不
no
觉得
big
问题，
deal. For
但
those
是
who had to
听
hear
众
her
觉得有问
daily,
题。
it was a big deal. But
抱
she
怨的
didn't
人也
feel
不觉得
that.
是问题，
All
从轻轻
problems
的抱
start with
怨，
a small complaint.
其实这个抱怨
The
自己
wife
觉得
thought
是
it
一个
was
很
no
简单
big
的事情，
deal. If the
但是如
partners
果
still
他
love
真
each
的是
other,
相
will
爱，
the
他会
wife
抱怨吗？
complain?
就不
No,
抱
she
怨，
starts
因
complaining
为一
because
开
she
始不
doesn't
爱
love him
他，
anymore. Her complaining is actually a form of blaming her husband. Long-term complaining will cause consequences sooner or later. When you complain all the time, how can you love your family? Complaining non-stop is like a ticking bomb. It blows up and destroys everything when the time is up. Your cooking tastes horrible when you complain all the time. You won't have time to care for your family. When your mind is complaining, you won't act with love. When you love someone, you're happy no matter what you do. When you light a candle, or pour a cup of tea, you're happy, with love in your eyes. When you hate someone, everything you say is hurtful. What will happen then? The bomb explodes. End of story. Complaining looks fine, but it's not. I'm going to tell you how to forge a good fate. After you achieve a few goals, will you still be grateful and down to earth like you used to be? Will you be grateful toward your business partner? Or will you start being harsh and demanding? Remember, extreme behaviors change the tide. When you demand more, you're making changes to your fate. You may think that a sulky mentality has nothing to do with fate. What you do now shows how you're tied to your fate. I mentioned that wealth is passed on for no more than 3 generations. Many people squander their wealth soon after they get rich, due to their sulky mentality. When a wife complains at home daily, the husband is under pressure from work and his wife's complaining. If the husband got into a car accident, the wife may not think that would affect her. What if your husband left you with a huge debt? If you lost your house due to failure to pay the mortgage, you'll soon become homeless. Your luck finally runs out. If you could foresee this, would you still sulk? You'd be grateful for having a good life now. And you'd do everything possible to maintain it, right? Too bad this isn't the case. People are not content with what they're blessed with. They complain too much and ruin what they have. How come? From the Buddhist perspective, they lack merits. I'm saying this from an ordinary person's perspective. They lack proper behavior. They ruin their life and fate by doing stupid things. You only live once, and you're ruining your life. Isn't that stupid? When you are rich and live in a big house, you don't feel happy. Will you be happy when you're homeless?
你快乐吗？
You won't even have a place to cry. Foolish parents are their family's worst nightmare.
和母亲会导致全家人跟着受罪。
The
当你家破
children are
人亡的
always
时
the
候，
hardest hit
孩
victims.
子受到多大的伤害？
A
当然有
broken
个好处
family
是，
will make a kid a man
你家
at the
破人亡
cost
的
of
时候，孩子
childhood
会快速
trauma.
懂事。但是付出的代价就是孩子被吓到了，
The
会吓到
child
了
will
不
think
相信
twice
你这个
before
家庭
starting his
这
own
种亲情
family.
的关系。对，所以导致的是家破人亡。所以我
Forging your
还
fate
是
is
说，
like the
生
ants
命也
building
是
their
这样
nest
造
from
的。
scratch.
它的造的就像蚂蚁筑窝一样，蚂蚁筑窝呀，就是依靠一点一滴、一点一滴这么垒起来的，累积起来，
The
就
end
形成了自己
result
的
is your
人
life
生
and your
价值。
family.
所
If
以你
your
在筑
house
窝的
is
时候，
built
用的
with
全
low
是假材
quality
料，
materials,
是吧？假材料就像豆腐渣工程，
a
到一定的
slightly
时候，
stronger
风一吹
wind
哗
will
就散
flatten
了，
it.
全
There
家家
goes
破
your
人亡
family.
也一样。所以说不
So,
能做假。
everything must be done seriously. There's too much at stake.
所以就得必须的大大小小的事情都要认真的去做。
The
佛陀
Buddha
也说，
says, seize the
是
moment.
把握当下。
What
这
does
什么意
this
思呢？
mean?
去
It
做
means
好
if you
你
have a
现
job
在
now,
该做
do it
好的
well.
你的职业，不要
Live your
浪费
days
金
as if
钱，
they're your last.
不要
Don't
浪费
waste
自己
this
的时
moment.
刻去
Do
做。
your best.
他这
That's
么
coming
解
from
说
an
的，
achiever of ultimate
大
enlightenment.
觉悟者都是这么说。他
You
并
won't
不是说，
hear
哎
the
呀，
Buddha
从此
say,
欢乐的时
let's
光，
have fun,
我云游
work
天
can
下去
wait.
吧。佛
Seize
陀
the
说，把握
moment,
当
be
下，
serious about what you do. That's
认认
Buddha's
真真。
advice.
你就是修佛法、念佛都要认认真真。
If
那
you
你是
make
豆腐房
tofu
的
for a
工人啊，
living, be
做豆腐
serious
中
about
认
making
认
it.
真真，学
Study
生要认认真
seriously if
真
you're
的
a
学
student.
习，
Lead
老
your
板要认
employees
认真真的、
seriously if you're an
兢兢业业
employer.
的去将你的团队带好，这
Don't
才
waste the
不
blessings from heaven.
不负上天给你的福气。因
Do
为你
what
的
you
认
do
真创造
seriously.
把握当下，
That's
才
how an ordinary
造就了
person
你
lives a remarkable
可
life.
能平凡的人，但是并不平凡的人生。
That's
你可
how
能
you
有
can
更多的
achieve
业
more.
绩创造出来。
You
甚
may
至
not
说
make
你
a
不
big
能让整个社
contribution
会
to
兴盛，
society,
也能
but you'll
让你
be
的子孙
respected by your
子孙
future
传颂。
generations. Your
当年
grandchildren
我
will be
爷爷，
proud of you.
当年我奶奶，哎，讲的时候是觉得这个孩子是荣耀。当讲你
Especially
的
when
故
they
事的时候，
talk about how
创
you
造你
built
的
your
家庭这个
empire.
基业的时候，是一种荣耀感，那多好啊！对，
Our
所
life
以
has
我
its
们
own
的
yin
人
and
生
yang.
其实就是阴阳的另一半。这个
One
天地
half
之
is
外，
decided
另
by
一半
fate.
是我
The
们
other
自己
half,
好
our
好的
hard
努力，
work.
刻苦的努力，才能将它营造好。
Comparison brings envy. Greed brings ingratitude. Seize the moment and treasure the people you love. Work hard for a better life. This is
我也
what
是
I've
感触
found.
是什么呢？就
When
是当
people
我
are
们
taught and
被
trained, or are
这
given
个
some
教化，
guidance,
还被点拨的时候，别人把点拨这个词用为叫提点啊，就是被点拨、被指导的时候，你说
most
这个
feel
感觉啊是
forced,
苦的，
physically and
就
mentally.
是你的身心灵的感受是苦的。
The
就是这
world
个郎
famous
朗先生
pianist
他这
Lang
个
Lang was
小时
forced to
候
practice
日
every
复一
day
日
when
的
he was little.
被迫着训练弹钢琴。
Let
咱们
me
现在
ask
就
all
问
of
问我
you,
们所有的朋友们哈，
how
就你
many
们
of
的
your
孩子弹
kids
钢琴有
practice
几个是
piano
很直接的？
conscientiously
我
and
下
they
课
love
我就很喜
practicing
欢
and practice every
欢喜
day?
接受的去弹钢琴，而且每天都弹，有吗？
I
我估
guess
计没有，
most kids nowadays are forced
嗯，
to practice.
都是被逼着。所
When
以
they're
呢，这个
forced
孩
to
子弹钢琴的
practice,
这个
they're
人呢，
reluctant.
他这个过程之中，只要逼着去的，是都不情愿的。
It's
被逼着
painful
去
to
的
be
这个过
forced to
程啊，都是痛
practice.
苦的。
Their parents, teachers or masters force them to practice, using temptations or threats. For example, a dad gives his kid $10 if he practiced today. If the kid continues practicing for a month, he gets a new school bag. This is just an example of temptation to motivate children to learn some useful skills. Persevering is not easy. When you're forced to do something, you feel pained. An old saying goes, to be bestowed with great responsibility, one must endure trials. In short, you need to feel and accept the pain first. In ancient China, to get first place in the national exam, one needed to prepare for about 10 years. Alone, studying for 10 years. To become the most powerful martial artist, you must train for 10 years. One time I was practicing energy bagua. I practiced for 2 hours, it was raining and windy. Some branches fell on my head. I felt wronged, so I cried. My master came to check on me. I dared not tell him what was wrong. I thought, shouldn't master call off the practice now? My master knew what was in my mind. We'll visit an old friend of mine tomorrow. He's also a meditation master and his disciples don't practice as hard as you. We'll take a break tomorrow. I was happy. My master took me to visit his friend, and said, I practiced better than others' disciple. I got cocky. I felt like showing off. So, the next day, what I saw surprised me. I immediately forgot about showing off. Those disciples took their master's beating like it was nothing. That master was stronger than I am now. With strong muscles, big eyes and a black beard. He didn't smile while talking. When we arrived, he said, sit down, there's water, help yourself. He said it in a serious tone. I got shivers by just looking at their practices. They began their day with physical training. The master had 2 rods in his hands. Those were real rods, not tiny sticks just for show. The 2 solid rods were taped together. And the disciples lined up to get whacked in the ribcage. I wonder if the internal organs got smashed, becoming popcorn. There were 18 strikes to each side of the ribcage. More physical training soon followed. There was a huge log tied to one end of a rope. The other end of the rope was tied to the temple's beam. 3 or 4 disciples carried the log. They ran backward about 10 meters, then quickly ran forward carrying the log. They hit a disciple with that log. The disciple stood against the huge log and pushed back with his stomach. The log carriers were sent flying. That log would floor even a bull. The disciple got hit in his stomach and sent the log carriers flying. I told my master, I'll practice more before I show off. Show off. Forget about it. I had a moment with the big guy who took the log in his stomach. He was about 36 or 37. That's a real iron body you got there. Nope, I need more practice so I won't embarrass my master. The other disciples told me, The police force's head coach once came to challenge the master.
上次想找我们师傅切磋，
The log guy volunteered himself and took the challenge.
说怎么切磋的？
I
说我
won't
们
hit
不会打
you,
人，只
you
会
hit
打你
me,
打我
the
好。
log guy said.
嗯，
The
打了
head
几
coach
拳，
bruised his
打这
hand
个教
after
练受
punching
苦
the
了。
log guy a few
教
times.
练
The
呢，他
head
是武
coach's
功是
kicks
腿
were
力的厉
stronger
害，
than his
腿上
punches.
力量大呀。啊，
He
趁势
landed a
从不注
cheap
意，一
shot
脚
when
踢
the
到这
log
个
guy
胸口
wasn't
这儿，
looking. The
这个
human
胸口这一
chest
块
as
出来
easily
汗。
hurt. The
一
coach's
般
kick
挨了
could
一
hurt
脚当
almost
场趴下，
anyone
甚至出
severely.
去。哎，
But
可是
after
用踢
kicking
一
the
脚之
log
后，
guy, the
这个
coach
教
went
练
to
自己
see a
抱着脚脖
doctor.
子看医生去了。
He
踢
had
脚
kicked
脖
the
子，
log guy's
踢到
stomach and
这
broken
位
his
师兄的
leg.
肚子上，脚脖子断了。
Come
这个
on,
哎，
that
讲这
was
种窝囊的事
embarrassing.
情，干
Say
嘛
no
挨揍的
more.
事情还光彩吗？还给人家讲。你
Such
看，这
humility,
师兄一点儿
powerful,
都不
yet
张狂
humble.
啊！
How
我说你
great
这
would
师
his
傅得多
master
厉害
be?
呀！
He
人家还
said they
说我
only
们不
learned to
打
take
人，我们
hits,
只练
not
挨打。
deliver them. What had they gone through?
那是怎么练出来的？就是这
Nothing,
样
they
被
just
打
took
出来的。
hits.
所
The
以他
master
刚收
called
了
a new
3年的一个小
disciple who
徒
had
弟，
joined 3 years
师
earlier.
傅说：“小不点儿过来，啊，赶紧说我
Newbie,
给你
show
师
some
兄
stuff to
表
our
演一下。”
guests.
嗯，
What
哎，师
stuff,
傅，小孩儿
master?
都
He
不
was
动脑
going
子，
to do
师傅指
whatever
定
he
他
was
就干
asked
啥。
to do.
哎，
The
给你个
brick.
砖头踢了他，
His
师傅把
master
砖
threw
头
a
一扔，
brick
他
and
一
he
脚就踢
shattered
过
it
去，
with
砖
a
头踢出来
flying
了。
kick.
这
It
小
was
孩
a
儿
solid
不是说
brick.
戳好了再
No
踢
holes were made in
啊，
it before it was
师傅扔
thrown,
过
and
去
he
的时候就
shattered
踢。
it. The
小
kid
孩
had
才练
only
了3年，
practiced for 3
砖头踢。
years.
嗯，这
How?
怎么练的？
They
他师
took
傅说
hits
都是
from
打出
me,
来的
hard hits, his
啊。
master said.
这些
Those
人出去之
disciples
后
would
都是
graduate
一
as
等一的
martial
高
arts
手。
experts, surely. If
你
they
想他
could
的抗打
withstand
不会这
hard
么强，
blows, think about how
他如果
hard they
出
could
拳
hit.
出一脚会怎么样呢？
They
就跟
hit
像坦
like
克一样，
tanks.
太厉害了。但是
Physical
这些
pain
成
brought
就
out
都是
true
苦
iron
的。
bodies.
这个苦
According
的
to
这
the
个过程，
master,
师傅就说了，在
those
我
who
这儿学
trained
徒
under
都是
him
签
were
生
given
死
a
状，
consent form to
和他
sign.
父亲签生死状。
They
练的
could
不
leave
行，
if they couldn't take it
你就
anymore.
走人，
The
脚打坏
master
了，打
wouldn't
残
be
了，
held
不
accountable
偿，
for causing
不是这
injuries
样，
or
那
death.
还得供养。就是严师出高徒啊！
Strict
对徒弟
masters
严格，
produce great
这徒弟才能
disciples.
练得好。
The
但是你
road
在
to
练的这个
greatness
过
is
程
indeed
啊，你要
painful.
成就的过程之中，你的感受是苦的。所
You
以大
need
家需要有这样的
understanding,
智慧，
wisdom, and merits
要
to
认识
differentiate real and
什
unreal
么叫真
hardships.
苦，什么叫假苦，要有这样的悟性和福分。
If
没有
you're
这个
not
福分
blessed
的
with the
人，就是半
merits,
途而废。
you'll
啊，师傅
quit
天
when
天
your
责骂我呀，
master gives you the
不
tough
干了。
love.
对，
The
但是
journey
任
to
何一门
mastering a
技
skill
能
is
要学出来，
challenging.
都是苦出来的，就是你的感受一定是苦的。人
One
他可以做
cannot
得很
develop
快
a
乐，
skill
做
by
得很
working
快乐，
happily
就是
unless he
练，
already mastered
除非
it.
已经成了大师啊。苦
Masters
完了之后，
embrace
他
their
能自
pain,
享其乐。
they
在
enjoy
做
it,
这
they
件
know
事情的时
pain
候，他
as
就
part
好
of
快乐。
success,
这
so they
朗朗
like
成了
it.
大师，
Lang
国际
Lang
大师
enjoyed
之
the
后，
stage
他
after
上了台
becoming
是
an
享受，
international icon.
因为
After
那个
getting
苦的
used to
感
the
受，把苦
pain,
变成了
he
习
turned
惯
it
了之
into
后，
joy.
就是快乐。
A
是刚
beginner will
学
never
钢
get
琴的孩
that.
子永远都不能领会的。说
Is
弹琴是
practicing
快乐的
piano
事情
fun?
吗？那
No
刚弹
way,
5年
if
以
you've
内
been
孩子都没有
playing
觉
for
得弹
less
钢
than
琴是快乐。
5 years.
但是
After
熬出
getting
了
through
那
the
个10
pain
年
of
的苦之后，
practicing for 10
好快
years,
乐。
you'll enjoy
因为
it.
我的
When
琴
people
我
enjoy
弹
your
上去之后，
performance and
是
respect
让
your
大家
hard
觉得
work,
享
you'll
受的
enjoy it.
啊，赞美的、敬佩的，啊，自己都能非常的享乐其中。对，所
We
以有
need
时
to
候我
feel
们
and
得对事物
understand
的
the
本
nature
身
of a
也
matter.
学会去感受，学会领悟和判断，
And
什
then
么
we
是
can judge whether
好，
it's good or
什
bad.
么是不好啊。所以我
Life
们
will
在
continue
被
to
考验
test
的
us
过
and
程
it can
之
be
中，
painful.
有时候的感觉也是苦的，但
What
是往
makes
往
us
就
feel
感觉到
good
快
can
乐
turn
的、
out to be
舒
bad.
适的，往往会容易带来 负面的。
For example, kids like to eat candy.
婴儿童都喜欢吃糖，
Kids like sweets, right? Well, a bit of sweets is fine for providing calories and energy.
补充营养嘛，补充热量。
Sweets are high in calories, so they shouldn't be eaten in excess. Many kids have tooth decay, especially the ones live with their grandmas who cooks them with candy. Gimme candy or I start crying. All right, you win, kiddo. That's how it's done. Grandma's love turns to tooth decay. Pleasure can ruin you. And bitterness can become valuable life experience. Bitterness turns kids into men. Learn to differentiate what's good from what's bad. Bitterness and glory are often connected. Happiness and bitterness always come together. The thing is, the road to glory is full of painful experiences. When pursuing success, pain is unreal. All achievements require diligence. When you're young, indulging in sweetness ruins your life. Sweetness and bitterness come together. Use wisdom to tell them apart. Be grateful for what you have. That's how you live a good life. Don't compare. There's always someone richer and more handsome than you. There are also people more miserable than you, so, be grateful for what you have, and play your role well. If you're a homemaker or mother, take care of your family well. With a mentality of giving, love and compassion. Cook the best food to make your family happy. Food made with love can heal diseases. Food cooked by a constantly sulking housewife is bad for health. Your food won't taste good if hatred is all you have. If you're sulking, then when you see your husband and kids, you won't be able to speak nicely like a compassionate wife and mother. You'll be shouting your head off. What's the result of doing that? You'll lose your home, which is your greatest wealth. You'll be not just poor, but homeless. How much you reap won't be equal to how much you sow. You reap way more than what you sow, be it kindness or evil. Accumulating merits is like building an ant colony. The ants start from scratch. Little by little, they have their homes. No matter how small a good deed is, do it with joy and great willingness. Your merits will accumulate. It's like your bank savings. Keep depositing money and after a few years, you can buy a house. If you spend more than you save, you'll have lots of debts. More youngsters are getting blacklisted due to their credit card debts. They can't apply for new cards, they can't get approved for a loan, because they have no credibility. The government holds all your records, there's nothing biased about it. Failure to pay your bills will result in a fine. This is how fate works. We accumulate our own merits. Let me remind you. Know what is kindness and what is evil, choose wisely. Sweetness only comes after pain.
不珍惜
Be
现在的
grateful
这
for
个
what
世
you
俗的
have,
事
or you'll lose everything.
还有呢，
Being poor isn't that
我们
bad.
贫穷过不是个坏事。对，因为你没有
It
穷
makes you
过，
more
你
careful
将
with
来
your
有了钱
riches
就
when
不
you
会
get
打压。
rich.
在很多西方国
In
家的
Western
一些
countries,
人，甚至是说
Most
这
seniors have
中
no
老年人，
savings.
他都没有存钱的习惯，对吧？反而相对贫穷国
People
家的
from
人比较
developing
穷，
countries
因
tend
为
to
穷怕
save, because they don't want to
所
be
以我这
poor.
个挣了
For
1000块，
example, I earn
你要真花的话
$1,000 this
1000钱
month.
都
I
不
can
够，
easily use
对不
all
对？
the money if I
像
don't
华人
control
还能
myself.
存
A
上100，
Chinese person would
存上
save
50，
$100 or $50 in
以
case of
备
emergency.
关键时候还能用上这笔钱，因为我们穷怕
The。 Chinese fear life without money.
所以因为有
Being
过贫
poor
穷，
makes them
所
good
以
at
才懂
managing
得
their
了
money.
存储和经营。这是我们曾经这个
One
同
of
学
our
的邻居
practitioners had a rich
那
banker
个
as a
银行
neighbor.
家大富贵的，对，那个08
His
年
house was foreclosed
08
during the
年国际金融海
2008
啸的时候，
economic crisis.
他们家的房子就叫银行收走了，他先生也为
The
此也
banker
退休了，
retired and rented a
之
small
后
place in a
哇，就
low-cost
是
district.
租了一个很小很矮，那个区域又不太贵的一个很便宜的一个区域去住，是吧？我们同学家
One
就说
day,
你
our
突然之间
practitioner
你怎么
bumped
搬到
into
这
her
个区来了呢？
ex-neighbor. So you're
你
here
这小
now?
房子好像是别
Someone
人
moved
住
into
的，
your old house.
他又哭诉，
Bad
哎呀，
luck.
我们只是运气不好啊。他们两个加起
The
来一
banker
年
and his
收入40
partner
万美
earned
金，
about $400,000 per
400,000美金
year.
买个
With
普
that
通的房子
money,
都已经
they
是
could
挺好
afford
的，
an average house.
可是花得光光
But
的。
that wasn't what they bought.
啊，
They spent every
哎，
penny.
说的时候说的头头都是道，抹着眼泪说：
Their
你
yacht's
看看
docking fee
我的
was
游艇，
$30,000
一
per
年
year.
光存放费3万，是吧？我的那个收
Their
藏级的摩
luxurious
托，
motorcycle
是
was
吧？
about
我买的时候15万，
$150,000.
我的哪个型号的跑
Sports
车
car,
几
a
十
few
万，
$100,000
神
USD.
经病，你买这
The
干
thing
嘛？一
is,
年
they
开几
didn't
回
drive
啊？
that much.
你还说的有挺有
The
道理，好
banker
像
was
哭的
crying
是
while
让
talking
泪人
about
一
their
样那么
lavish
可怜，
spending.
你脑子犯浑，
They'd never
你
been
没穷
poor.
过，
Even a
还做
banker
银
had
行
no
家，
idea about financial
就是
planning.
没有贫穷
They'd
过，不知
never
道
been
怎么花
poor,
钱
so
花
they
钱。
had no idea about
你花
spending
钱买这
wisely.
干嘛？
Why buy a
你买个
yacht
炮
if you
船，你一
seldom
年能
go
开
to the
几次
sea?
呀？不是开不了几次吗？你想坐船的时
If
候，
you feel
找
like
那个
going
最
out to
安全的
sea,
小轮
pay
渡，你
for a
坐一会
boat
儿就
trip.
可以了，有
It's
什
the
么呀？
same, right?
你走着路觉得不踏实，
Why
是
do
不
you
是？
need a yacht?
这不就是找死吗？
Isn't that a waste of
你光
money?
存船费就那
Look
么
at the
多钱。
cost of docking your yacht.
我现在开始
I
有
should
点
calm
生气，
down.
好像我是有情
I
绪似
shouldn't
的。
get
这
too
是我的看
emotional.
的，但是
When
不
I
会
see
做人，
people
不会
doing
做事，
stupid things
自
to
找
make
倒霉
trouble
的这
for
个行为，
themselves,
我会产生一点
I
情
tend to
绪。
become emotional.
但是你这个行为与我有什
Why
么
do I
关系
get
呢？
emotional over
因
your
为我是相
foolishness?
信
I'm
慈悲的，
compassionate.
你
That's
别
why.
糟践
Don't
自己，
ruin your
别
life.
浪费自己
Don't
的
waste your
这个
wealth and
富
your good
贵，
fate.
别浪费自己的好命运，而且善用它，
Use them
别
wisely.
浪费那个钱
Being
财。
rich doesn't mean living
富
lavishly.
贵就不能奢华，富贵不能淫逸奢华，请你记下来。否则，你一
If you
代富贵都
do,
过
you
不
won't
去，
have
不到死，
anything for
你
your
的钱会给
child.
糟
You'll
光的快，
squander your
或者
wealth
弄不出点
before
别
you
的事儿。
die. You'll
为
attract
啥呢？
evil if you
喜
spend
为
your
其
money
福。
that way.
所以，
To
你
have
对
a good
想有
fate,
好
be
命运
righteous in your mind,
好
thoughts and
命运，
actions.
都是要有一个叫做正心、正念、正行，你才可能有好运气。什么是正心正
What are
念呢？
righteous thoughts?
这个正是叫
Thoughts
慈悲
driven by
心，
compassion.
慈悲心即为正心。不慈悲的
Thoughts
就是
driven
正
by
心。
evil are evil thoughts.
慈悲带给
Compassion
别人好
benefits
处，
others.
带给自己更多好处。
Compassion benefits you more.
所以，就像对
Keep
应
your
我说那
mind,
几句话，
speech and actions
善心、
compassionate.
善语、善行。都是你内心真
If
正
you're
是慈
driven
悲
by
的，你
compassion,
的
you'll act
表现形
compassionately.
式才会慈悲柔软，这样才能全
That's how
家
your family
吉
is
祥、
blessed with
幸福、平安、
auspiciousness,
富贵，
happiness,
还有长
peace,
寿。
wealth, and longevity. Accumulate merits, differentiate kindness from evil, help others with a compassionate heart. Be righteous in your mind, thoughts and actions. For a good fate, be content and cherish blessings.
南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 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 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩 菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音 南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨， 萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨。
Now it's time for our closing exercise. Rub your palm until they're warm. Glide your palms over your face from chin to forehead to cheek without actually touching them. Rub your palms until they're warm. Part your fingers and firmly comb your hair from forehead to the back of the neck. Rub your palms. Pat your entire body from top to bottom. Pat your head firmly with relaxed wrists. Do it calmly. Pat your left shoulder. Then pat your right shoulder. Continue to pat your chest. Then pat your left armpit down to the side of your rib cage. Switch to the right. Pat your right armpit down to the side of your rib cage. Next, pat your abdomen with relaxed hands. Please stand up slowly. Pat down from the front of your thighs, knees, shins, ankles, and tops of your feet. Gently pat the lower back, down to the buttocks, down to the back of your thighs, calves, ankles, and heels. Continue to pat the inside and outside of your legs. Start with your left leg. Relax your wrists and pat with slight force. Then pat your right leg. Continue to pat your arms. Start with your left arm. Then pat your right arm. After patting your entire body, rub your palms. Gently massage your whole body without actually touching. Visualize that you are gently sweeping away the dust and worries. You are becoming healthy and happy. At the same time, think, I'm closing this meditation practice.
Today's class has successfully completed. See you tomorrow.